You see that monkey there, right under "We Want"? +5 to all months savings throws for anybody who finds where that image originated and whether or not that lobster monkey ever got a name. I'm afraid it'd be terrible if there was a lobster monkey without a name out there. I don't know that one was ever named, but he's out there. He's out there somewhere.
Approaches are that's where the alignment is between Grim and I.
Okay, so what is bringing down the fourth wall project, Grim?
A terrible spell, and part of that spell, the humans have the campfire circuitry. For whatever reason, probably because it. So like, the television engages that, and like that's when your tribal elders are passing on information and stuff. So like those things are hijacked and make everybody feel like they're audience. And like if you watch characters in series that do break the fourth wall, and that's what the fourth wall I'm referencing when I do it. It's the wall behind which you are audience and not a human. So
okay.
Hashtag paintball for Jesus, @GrimGrizz, hashtag break the fourth wall.
So like you do like break the fourth wall that doesn't exist and be like,
break the fourth wall a little bit.
you really helped me break the fourth wall. Like, it's just people.
Good poetry is definitely always trying to break the fourth wall.
Always tried, as GrimGrizz says, to break the fourth wall to the degree that I can.
So this is how bad I have failed the savings throws for mind control. Dum 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 dum. Dum dum da dum. It's that bad. And whoosh.
Whoosh, whoosh. Here we are. Welcome, everybody. Hello. Thank you, Upcycle Club. For the dog, officially his name is Kayfabe Christmas. And the cats being Buddy the cat, Penny the cat, and Sylvia the cat. Welcome, everybody. This is the Trashcan Man stream. It's gonna be one because the thumbnail, as you can see here, says LARP Gate Layer Cake. So this is a pretty serious show I've gotten myself into with the title like that, with the thumbnail like that. We have the special thanks to Afriel Pilotson, who joined the Shadow Cabal and sent me a message that says, "Hey, don't put off the stream another day, pal." Blue Church, card of the show, the Queen of Hearts on this May 9th of 2024. I noticed immediately that Kale Zeldin, this guy here was in the hive mind today. And I think he's got a top secret Rhode Island event coming out. I haven't heard much about it, but I believe it to exist. I have heard much about the Pacific Northwestuary event. And before I give you any savings throws against the mind control, I'll tell you, you should go. The dates on it end in September 14th, and the birth of this meat sack is September 15th. So after the Pacific Northwestuary, or what I don't know, Nate calls it something else, but that's what it is. After that is over, there's going to be something, because I'm going to be up there in the Washington state on my day of birth. And so we're going to do something immediately following the Pacific Northwestuary. You should probably just get the block of vacation, do from September 12th to the 21st, maybe. I don't know, as much as you can take. Be sure to attend the event. It's $300, but I know a guy. Hey, it's CW weeks. How you doing, bud? How you doing there? Oh yes, it's happening probably now. PVK and Roy Klauser are supposedly talking. I have to email the guy and see if I can do a fringe encounter with him. He seems like an interesting cat. Oh look, it's Mark Jackson. He made an appearance over on the Grail Country stream this morning, if you're stalking those people. What do you do now? You do savings throws. You say again, this is the LARP Gate Layer Cake Trashcan Man stream, and here's the cats.
How this could be used to allow people to connect and get past the status game. So I'm just gonna play with this right now, which is weird. It could be your CEO. It could be your boss. It could be your CEO. It could be your boss. It could be your CEO. It could be your boss. It could be your CEO. It could be your boss. Right? So that would be cool, in my opinion. That would be very cool.
We want what's best for you. Hi, everybody. I'm General Griswold Gaius Grim of the First LARP Ingression Protocol. You're probably a shaper. You get a savings throw against the mind control you get here on this show, and for the rest of your day, you're swimming in it. Even if you just count the ads, you get to choose as the basis for your savings throw against the mind control. What aspect of yourself are you going to use to resist the mind control? Will it be your survival, your social network, your accumulated wisdom, or the power of your heart? Survival, social, wisdom, or heart? Choose. Oh, we got a 9. A 9 for the survivalist. You get a +2 for chatting in the hive mind. Just saying. Socialist with a 7. You're going to need the replay comment +5 to get over 10 there. Lovers of wisdom, you're doing all right. Look at that. That's an 18 for you. Heart folks. Sense8. You got Sense8. Just a little hive mind. Just say heart in the hive mind and you'll be fine. Oh, Indigo kids, number 9 for you. Hey, we did the savings throws. How about it? Play some more branding now.
But as long as there were only like 1 or 2 of them at a time, I could sort of manage. And I had the same issues with, often with church people, because having an unmedicated schizophrenic in the back of the church is not a strategy for seeker-sensitive ministry.
Clip that.
Yeah, there you go, Chris. You can clip that. Having an unmedicated schizophrenic in the back of the church is not a strategy for seeker-sensitive ministry.
Clip that.
Someone will walk in the church, I remember. So then we had when someone would knock on my door and want to talk for 2 hours. My schedule could handle it. So I talked for 2 hours. So actually, I've listened for 2 hours. And that was, in many ways, all the internet randos are just, basically get what all the homeless randos used to get.
We're the new homeless.
Yeah? Oh, wow. It's true.
I taught you how to clip, right? So how do you do a clip mail for me? You can make a clip and then tweet it and then add Pastor Paul to say clip mail.
Hey, Pastor Paul. Are you saying we should LARP as adults with,
civic, human, responsible duties? Why to do it again? That's really what we're trying to do. And act like fully mature men for the benefit of everyone. For the benefit of everyone, you said. Is that part? LARP like grown men for the benefit of everyone?
Is that what you're recommending people do on the other side of the LARP gate, Pastor Paul?
My question to you. Sir, from this side of the LARP gate, where
basically get what all the homeless randos used to get.
We're the new homeless.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Yeah, it's true. So that's, and it's lamentable because I...
Welcome, therefore, then, to the LARP Gate Layer Cake Trashcan Man stream. I'm Grim Grizz, your host. We have been sidetracked. And we'll do that sidetrack while I shuffle and give you the casino deck of the show. No, casino deck card of the show. The sidetrack comes from this. LOL ups with the unspoken. You see, what's happening when up says unspoken is he's speaking the unspeakable, which is the indigo choice against the savings throws for the mind control. I give you 4, but I roll 5 die, and the indigo die makes an appearance whenever I get a nat 1 or a 20 on it. And you're not supposed to say in the hive mind that you're choosing the indigo dye, but you can still make that choice. And Ups skirts the rules by not saying he's choosing indigo and says instead unspoken. Now, since Ups is the person who does things like this and that level of the Shadow Cabal, what I'm going to have happen now is anybody who can make a 7 indigo emoji die in the YouTube channel Hive Mind chat can ride off of this donation of Ups and feel like you were part of it because you can make a 7 indigo emoji die, and he always does the unspoken choice, even though he speaks it. So there, do a 7 indigo die and feel the good feels of being in the deep Shadow Cabal. Special thanks to the Shadow Cabal. So say we all. We all know that there is no agency any living gent can see. Doing what is right for me is lifting up my bro so he can grow some eyes to see that doing what is right for me increases all our agency. And therefore, then the casino deck card of the show, 7 of the diamonds. Go figure. That's lucky. Now, we have a card full of stuff to go over and so many open tabs. We definitely need to get started on this. Therefore, then the LARPgate layer cake Trashcan Man stream, and we'll be doing that right after this. And as if she's heard I'm in the market for a new handler, it's Jelena with I missed the class on unlocking the secret emojis. Well, you have to know what to type and also do the membership join of the channel, which is a button that some people have a hard time finding. Like legitimately, not just they're not interested, but the button join doesn't appear on the channel for them and no one knows why. Okay. First on the card is diffusion limited aggregates. And that's because I immediately want to get to the title of the stream. Because as you know, I try to deliver on both the title and the thumbnail of a stream, the Trashcan Man bit. And in order for me to understand why the me that picked the title for the stream picked Trashcan Man, I first need to tell you about something called the diffusion limited aggregate. Diffusion limit. Here's what one looks like. Go to the 30 here. Do it here. This is what a diffusion limited aggregate looks like. Share tab instead, make it big. Okay, then press this. Okay, spoiler alert. Each of those little tiny nodes on there is a thing you remember. So imagine you start off as a tiny little ball in the center, and as you go through time, you're accumulating sticky things. Here, let me have that one guy tell you about it. Oh, thanks to the power of this-little-corner .com. No, yeah, this-little-corner.com and not secure. If your browser makes you put a HTTPS, you can't get there. Okay, but thanks to the power of that, we search for Diffusion Limited and find this explainer.
actually a model of how you form your knowledge webs. So beliefs around your basic desires and your basic fears. So what I'm saying is diffusion limited aggregates are actually a model of how you form your knowledge webs. So each of these different colors might represent a basic drive. I mean, blue might be sex, you know, because you think a lot about sex and how to get it. And or that might be football in some people's brains, and that might be sex. I mean, you know, so each of these might represent a different drive, and you grow back from those basic drives coded by your emotion centers, hypothalamus, amygdala, and orbital frontal cortex, anterior cingulate cortex. You basically, from that, you grow out this knowledge web that fits into your kind of brain, your mind space. Now, the interesting thing is that, okay, everything I reason for this representation of my mind growing back from my emotion centers, this kind of a tree of knowledge growing in my mind space, representing my universe, my inner world of all the things I learn, all the things I like, all the things I fear. Okay, is fractal with a neuron. So basically, these are neurons. Okay.
Remember. You should see. We want back.
Michigan, that card for the show. See, the thing is, the part he was saying about the diffusion limit aggregates was right, but the visual he went to wasn't the one I was looking for. It shows over time little dots, right? And then for some reason, one dot hits the spot on the tree and sticks. And the reason this stream is called Trashcan Man is because one of the things that is stuck like that in my head is Trashcan Man, as presented in this ode here, this bit here. Hey, quit this one, do this. Better. I don't know if it was because I also read the book or just the power of the visual medium of Stephen King using in the ABC networks back in the day, The Stand. But that it's stuck as a sort of an archetype, whether that's the archetype of a pyromaniac, bedwetter devotee, but the way somebody can give their life over to something and how we're supposed to do that with Jesus, and not Randall Flagg is it's stuck, and it's an archetypal thing. In Michigan, that card for the show is the Four of Clubs. It's stuck as an archetypal thing. It made me think of Jung, who's famous for the archetypes, and this is an interview from 1960, which is like almost 80 years ago now, and we're still talking about this guy. Like, we're not talking about the guy like after him who thought the better things. We're still talking about what this jackass thought, part of which we'll get into in a minute.
And there we are not quite certain about this end. Because, you know, there are these peculiar faculties of the psyche that it isn't entirely confined to space and time. You can have dreams or visions of the future. You can see round corners and such things. Only ignorance deny these facts. It's quite evident that they do exist and have existed always. Now, these facts show that the psyche, in part at least, is not dependent upon these confinements. And then what?
And then what? And don't forget, psyche used, if you go by your etymology, psyche might have meant soul once. Anyway, See, he didn't want to destroy his reputation, so he made sure that this didn't get released until after he died. But since we have access, here's a little bit of from his red book here. This Liber Novus. Let's go to page 331. Zoom in there, make it bigger. No, there. Whoa. If you accept the lowest in you, suffering is unavoidable, since you do the base thing and build up what lay in ruin. There are many graves and corpses in us, an evil stench of decomposition. Just as Christ, through the torment of sanctification, subjugated the flesh, so the God of this time, through the torment of sanctification, will subjugate the spirit. Just as Christ tormented the flesh through the spirit, the God of this time will torment the spirit through the flesh. For our spirit has become an impertinent whore, a slave to words created by men, and no longer the divine word itself.
Remember, Embody, there is no agency. We want what's best.
The list? Yes, any of the first level ones.
I'm gonna get a soda. Anyone want one? Hey, Graham, I'm not in the room, right?
What room? I want to cast Magic Missile.
The room where he's casting all these spells from.
He hasn't cast anything yet. I am, though, if you'd listen. I'm casting Magic Missile. Why are you casting Magic Missile? There's nothing to attack here. I'm attacking the darkness.
Oh, I only gave myself 12 seconds to click on those. Damn, buddy. Oh, hey, welcome back. Thanks to the new members, Corey and Jelena. Now you can make the special magic emojis. Everybody make sure you tell them how to use the bubble at least. The :VNA : is how you type it. I don't know where you find it if you click on it. Welcome. This is the Larpgate Layer Cake Trashcan Man stream. We've done the Trashcan Man part. My life for you. My coffee, unfortunately, is not full. And then we have at least 2 more sections on the cards, one of which says Chezi, and one of them says Baxter. And then also we have the Larpgate Layer Cake. So boy howdy, we got a stream today. Let's see what buys me time to get coffee, and as creepy as.
It seems that there must be something on the other side. We are all told that truth is merely a conclusion that can reliably be derived from some observable phenomenon. We forget that truth is a tool. It is the hook upon which we hang our deeds and the bed from which we rise each day. To assume that death is the end is to assume that our being extends no further than the physical substrate that carries us. This assumption does not account for the way in which we experience being alive, nor does it sit comfortably aside the fact that we are not yet able to comprehend the way in which our being manifests itself from the flesh and bone that binds us. I believe that those gaps in our understanding are still wide enough to cast doubt on such conclusions. I believe that those gaps are yet wide enough for our souls to fit through and drift onwards into some new realm.
All right. Next, we're going to sidetrack into tales of agencies and agents and LARPs and what could be and what isn't yet in this timeline. But so as we get to this section of the stream, there, we'll say first this that. I found, therefore, then this here. Pull the card. That one, the seven of clubs in the clubs club. I found this, therefore, a comment on my conversation with this one Jordan Hall fellow. And the takeaway is that he can see things like a DM can. And where was it? It was newest, sorted by newest. You should have loaded this one up earlier. Aha, the Zach Parsons Project fellow says, despite being name-checked as not being in his corner, I've definitely decided my life would be richer with Grim Grizz in mind. PVK was right. I have become a fan. Well, let me know when you become a player. A player, Mr. Zach Parsons Project, who we're going to go take a peek at to see who the hell he is. Here he is with Ken. Here he is with our good friend Ken. Oh, God. Oh, he looks familiar. Why are these guys on a couch? Anyway, here's something he made.
Percent signal.
Gotcha. Okay, cool. And then, obviously, you said you saw that video. When I brought that up to him, he brought up his conversation with you. And so his understanding of what a canonical conversation or event might be was different than mine. And he, as far as I understand, was framing it in a way to where there was so much truth and honesty and beauty, and even maybe the presence of a third or a spirit, something that was between the two of you that prevented like some dishonesty or falsehood or something from kind of getting in. Like it was almost like a purifying shield within your conversation.
Like my conversation with Ken Lowry, like a couple weeks ago, that was closer to canonical in my experience, and I had a feeling.
What I will say about this is what it clearly is what we call a kintsugi cut. When you talk about a certain thing and then you play the clip for everybody because you've gone through the trouble of going back and splicing in the gold, wherever I admire you for that. Hey, good morning, Dr. Time. We got the soda while you were out of the room already. Now, where are we going with that? Not that. Here, as an aside, because I just clicked on the tab, over on the Twitter tab, the Twitter thing there, we have the how to incentivize attention to civic duty. I'm getting lots of responses, suggestions, which is, curious. Taxpayer receipts, something simple, probably a civil war, a hope that makes a difference. From Food Truck Emily Spoonman with having pride in the stuff civic duty creates. What's your answer to the big question, how to incentivize attention to civic duty? If you're over there on the Twitter platform there, we're doing that. That's not it either. That we did. Okay, that's part of it. We need that. Aha, here it is. Here it is. Now, on a deeper layer, there's this thing called the hog farm. It's the hand of God, field agent requisition manual. What we're aiming for on that, we haven't got. But Agent Baxter did give us an attempt. He gave us the tour of his podcast studio, and I've asked him for the details of his studio for the hog farm, which I'll get into right after you see his studio a little bit. Later.
That's part of movie magic.
You phone people in your verticality. You phone people in your verticality.
I use these old shop lights for lighting, like on my face. They're, like from, this one's about to fall off, from like Home Depot or Walmart. And I've got another one up here that goes over my head, something called like 3-point lighting. And then I got these doodads from Walmart. So these are just like, influencer lights, and I have them lighting up the backdrop, which my backdrop is my actual digital recording interface for live and for studio recording. And that's just like headphone cases and direct boxes and cables. This is like a 2012 MacBook iMac that was handed down to me. And it just, there's some pocket knives.
You get the point. That's what he gave us to us. It's a nice little tour, but it's not what I'm looking for. Now, to understand what I'm looking for, this might help. It's the Adventure Conqueror's King rulebook system. But like way down here in the equipment page, and oh, you found it once and the tab wasn't open there anymore. Like, oh God, play branding. Shit. Okay. Now, I don't know if this visual will actually help, but this is the equipment page for vehicles. Now, similarly, what we're trying to generate, it's really a deep LARP gate thing, and but the Hand of God field agent requisition manual is meant for like, okay, so you want to launch a ship in the flotilla. Here's the equipment they use and the bonuses it applies, and then like we have like here's a Baxter special, which is a combination of the different. See, it's a rule book, like the way that the Cyberpunk role playing game has a rule book. Not the requisition manual itself, but we're coming together to make it okay. See, the whole notion of cyberpunk is in the opening chapters. It's got this thing called a view from the edge, where like the people from the future are sending this information to the past. We're gonna do that, but it's like with the LARP gate and this thing we're doing here on the fourth wall and the and all right. Let's move on to the next section.
There is no agency. We want what's best.
One more little Baxter thing. He was asking to get people on his Yours Truly podcast, and I recommended to him Harley. I said, you should have Harley on. He says, who's that? How do I get in touch with him? And you need to pass this clue on to him. That's Harley. You should definitely have Harley on your show. He showed up at Chino. So that's it. We definitely need a wiki. But as long as we don't have one, we'll be out of touch. I'm out of time. But I'm out of my head. Shake it up is all that we know. Using the bodies up as we go. I'm waking up to fantasies. The shades all around aren't the colors we used to see. Broken ice still melts in the sun, and times that are broken can often be won again. We're so alone, and so really matters to me. Take a look around. You're out of touch. I'm out of time. But I'm out of my head. It baffles my daughter's mind that I have never heard any of the musicians / bands she loves, says Jeremy Firth in the Hive Mind comment section, where I could highlight anything anybody says at any time. Oh, Chazi, I'm just about to play you. Hey, he's saying hi to Lenny and Ups, who are all here, helping us all feel virtually not alone with a little tender loving care. But this is the LARPgate layer cake stream, and by God, I have Microsoft Paint open, so things could get serious. We've done the Trashcan Man bit. That was at the front. Special thanks to the Shadow Cabal of production executives to make it all possible. Now, to lead into the LARPgate layer cake section of the show, I have for you this.
And the fact that we are even having a conversation about metamodernism, that means we're all aware now of psychology and metaphysics and biology. So, and as that becomes, this is not to be political at all, but just using the example of even the war going on in Israel right now. The fact that it's on everyone's mind is because everyone has a phone that's showing them all day nonstop. Like, it's this many dead and this, like, we're living in a world that we as humans didn't adjust yet to. Now,
and then you add this part in.
It was in some sense, you're documenting something that's so revolutionary that even the people using it don't know how revolutionary it is. So let me ask you about this. So now all of a sudden, the network, everyone's a TV station. Okay, so now...
Hail Hydra.
And hopefully you see what I'm getting at. This is the LARPgate layer cake stream. Now I do a stop. I do a present. No, not that one. I do a different.
A man is defined by his action, not his memory.
Remember, embody.
Now open your mind to me.
There is no agency.
Open your mind. Open your mind.
All right, and now, hey, we're gonna use this one. Why not? All right, welcome to the LARPgate layer cake portion of the stream. I'm your host, General Griswold, Gaius Grim. You are currently on the edge of the LARPgate. You're in the vortex. Inappropriate people call them sales funnels. Sales funnels. There should be merchandise available for the purchase below, such as the jury duty tee. No, you got to click through. The Denimore's Denny hat isn't there. I want to see Kale Zeldin in the Denimore's Denny hat. It's one of my dream come trues. Maybe at that Rhode Island event you're not promoting for anything. Okay. Now, the LARPgate layer cake goes like this. Okay. We'll do it like this. There's the bottom. Well, no, not the bottom layer. Let's start with the blue church layer. Okay. We'll take a brush, make it maybe like this. We'll make it like this. And then the blue church layer is this one. Now, that's the section of society whose overall cosmology, at least as far as it goes, is such that my civilization basically has things figured out, and if I follow all the rules and do what I'm supposed to, everything will be fine. My media taste are those that reaffirm those things, that things are terrible out there, and everything is under control. That's the main spell the news at least used to cast, is that everything is terrible out there, but the government and my wonderful society has it under control. That is the blue church layer of the LARPgate layer cake. This is the LARPgate layer cake, the LARPgate layer cake stream. Now, out here in reality, underneath this layer, we'll put it. Let's make it this red color here. And we'll put it down here. Is this layer of is so bad? I can't tell this place isn't hell. They're not afforded the luxury of believing everything is fine, because they're down there in the layer cake. And then say we have way up here somewhere, we have I don't know, the global elite, the apex predators, that's why I was so excited for that conversation with that Jordan Hall fellow, is because he's seen so much more of the layers than I have. But it's a layer cake of layers, and the difference. See, we're pooling around here from people that are in this section down here, and we're seeing if we can't play with the people up here by harnessing enough people on the way up as we build our little pyramids of participation in this hierarchy of we're all a TV show now. And that's where we're at in the LARPgate layer cake. On today's Grail Country stream, we had a couple of first-time appearances, and if this place was more agentic, we'd have an essentially what do you call it, the one that the CIA uses, the IMDb. Have you heard of the IMDb? It's called the Internet Movie Database. And it's really fun if you look up Pizzagate shooters in there and their dads. They're in. That's weird how those people are in the Internet Movie Database. But it shows appearances and whatnot for all the different actors and stuff, what movies and stuff we've been in. And frankly, I think someone like Clara and other agencies studying this phenomena, something like a phenomenon that is this thing we're calling the corner. Bonus 4 of clubs from the Blue Church. Maybe I think Waves of Obsession has kind of built one with his obsidian. Actually, I really need to talk to that guy. Someone arranged the fringe encounter between me and Waves. Me and waves. Okay, but there is this. This exists. This is an LARP gate layer cake. It's a social strata. It's like the LARP that is our society that holds everything together. You can participate at different layers or not participate because you're too low in the layers. And we're examining the potential verticalities of the fringe networking in a role playing game called LARPgate, where you can be anything you. It's LARPgate is like, what else are you? And the what else you are can come from anything that's unfalsifiable. For example, I'm a time traveler with amnesia, and I get flashes of insight from my previous timeline, such as the one where John Vervaeke is a philosopher king, but he's got a cybernetic arm and is kind of mean. But see, and that's all part of our dream catcher of optimal grip. I hope you've all followed along and learned a lot. The existence of the LARPgate layer cake is the important thing. Stories, and kayfabe, and participation and cooperation and co-creation and.
I believe that if everyone sees what just a few people become when they wholly embrace their gifts, others will awaken.
Keep it coming. Never know, I'll never die. I love you. I love you. Please don't take my sunshine away.
Now, hey, good to see you, Reloaded. Okay, khaki time. You're so non-fungible. What is this? Okay? Special thanks to Ups and everybody who joined in with the 7 indigos on his generous donation there that keeps me alive. Thanks for keeping me alive. Ups. Let's see. That's the show. I hope you've learned something. And where are you in the LARPgate layer cake? And can you put one hand down and one hand up, and we'll see where we end up in this flotilla of fire ants. Oh, Chad's doing a premiere in 5 minutes. It's probably something great.